going on, guys? It's me, Alex, and I'm here again with another video about Hack Reactor week 3. So it's been 3 weeks now and they have gone pretty fast, to be quite honest. Time goes fast when you're in immersive yourself in just like a full speed bootcamp where you're basically just working like 10 hours daily. So it went really fast, but week 3 was a special one because it was pretty short. I have to be going back and forth with my paper just because I took some notes. But yeah, like this week was pretty short because we had a New Year's. So we have New Year's on, obviously like on 31st. So that day class, they let us go early. So we basically by like 5 p.m. most people were done. I mean, some people decided to continue working on projects, but classes officially ended at 5 p.m. And then on the first, we didn't have classes. We were given a project though. We were given a small project for anyone that wanted to work on something like on their own. They were able to just work on a small project. And yeah, so that was basically week 3. We have 2 projects. One of those projects, a fantastic project. I really liked it. It's called Recastly. Recastly. So if you have a chance, go look it up. Just type in Recastly Hack Reactor and you'll find yourself a really cool video about I mean, I can probably show it. Yeah, I might show it in the video, or I might not. I don't know. But basically, you're using React. So we got to use React for the first time. React is a really cool tool that a lot of websites use to make their page is more like responsive, and just it's a super cool thing to do on websites. So I'm sorry, like I'm rambling, but yeah, like React was a really cool thing that we got to use, and the whole purpose of the project was to kind of like make a clone version of YouTube. So it was the first time that we used an API key from actually from Google. So we used their Google API to get all the videos into like our Recastly that we were using. So it was a really cool thing to do. It's probably gonna be one of the best projects that I have done in the past. So that was Monday, Tuesday. Then on Wednesday we just got like Monday, Tuesday, but Tuesday classes ended early just because again it was the 31st. On the first I didn't do much. I just kind of like tried to go back and work on some things that I had postponed, like a lot of toy problems, a lot of things to read that I haven't done much reading on my own, like just exploring things in myself. And then we came back and we worked on something cool. No, actually, never mind. On the day we came back on Thursday, we were given like a special project to create something from scratch. What do I mean by scratch? Creating things from scratch is actually really difficult. I'm actually surprised that I spent like probably like 4 to 5 hours just setting up my project. What I mean by that is just that usually most, I don't know about most bootcamps, but at least Hack Reactor gives you some code already written for you. And you just have to basically go make changes to it and just make more implementation. So let me rephrase it again. So Hack Reactor usually gives you like a client, it gives you like an HTML, right? It gives you like an HTML that is connected to different files, and from there you start working on the files that they were given to you, and then you just have to download a couple things, run a couple scripts, and most of the things starts going, so you just have to make changes to depending on what you're learning that day. But this project was to create something from scratch. We're only given we just went to GitHub, clone a repo that it was just an empty repo just for you to basically keep track of your commits and everything. And yeah, and from there you needed to basically create all the files from scratch. I keep saying that just because it's not as simple as I thought it was. I had no idea that, for example, obviously like doing the HTML, that's not a difficult part, but having to create your scripts, like you're connecting the files to like a compiler like Babel Babel compiles files for you. So basically, you most likely you wanna use Babel for your things like because every time you make a change to a file, it just gets saved automatically. And also, if you need to have servers, if you need to have React, if you need to have a webpack, all of a sudden, like, you need to be doing a lot of things to like files just to start on the project. It took me like 4 or 5 hours, and I only work on the project for 2. So the hardest part was to actually get everything created from scratch and actually doing something. But yeah, that was basically on Thursday, and on Friday and Saturday we just did a project called, I forget the name of the project, but it was just an introduction to asynchronous code. Which that means that every time something happens, something else happens, and something else happens, and something else happens. It's just kind of like a, I guess it's kind of like an introduction to callbacks, but just basically synchronous code runs when you're doing something else happens. So that was cool because, you know, like, it was actually my first time doing these kind of things, and it was a little tricky, kind of like off track, like I'm not talking about like something else. There's certain moments in Hack Reactor that when you get to pair up with someone that knows more than you, and it's kind of nice because that person knows more, and you get to ask them a lot of questions, and you get to see the way they're thinking. But also there's some cons, right? So there's some pros and cons. The pros is that you get to learn from them, you get to see how they're thinking, and you get to complete the projects most likely. But at the same time, my pair was cool, right? Like, we were really cool. He showed me a lot of things, but I do feel like he basically carried most of the weight. You know, like, he completed most of the project. I mean, he didn't need me. That's basically, like, let's be honest. He could have just done everything by himself, but he got to pair up with me. So we were working together. We tried to get everything done, and we completed the project. But it was, again, I needed to basically go back on my own to make sure everything that I was learning is actually I'm actually learning, you know, just because he completed most of the project himself. You know, he didn't need me there, but he basically got stuck with me, right? But yeah, so if you're thinking about, like, again, if you're watching this video, I'm thinking you're either interested or thinking about a bootcamp. So just know that don't always go for like the smartest person to work with, especially if you get to choose. Especially if you get to choose, try to be working with someone on your level, because that's actually really cool when you're working, when both of you guys don't know how things work. So you guys get to like explore, you guys get to break things. So yeah, anyways, cool. That's basically the whole week of all the projects that we did. So now I'm just gonna talk about like random things from Hack Reactor and things that I just basically happen. Random thing number 1. I'm actually surprised how in such a small time of period I got really close to a lot of people in my cohort. I mean, obviously, like, I feel like in person is different from being online. So I was not expecting to basically have like best friends or just create like really good relationships with people. Even though like I'm a social person and I get to, like, you know, like, I don't have problems making friends, but I feel like this was gonna be like a more professional environment. So I wasn't gonna be like interacting with so many people, you know, like in just like as friends. But I actually got in close to a lot of people. You know, like, it's cool how much I got to know them, and they got to know me, and I'm actually surprised. So I don't know, if you're somewhat like an introvert and you're trying to make more friends or just get to know people, this might not be like the worst thing for you. You know, like, this actually, I feel like this is gonna help you like become more interactive, more social, because you get to work with a lot of people. You get to be like in different meetings, and you are forced to speak. There's no way around it. Like, you know, like, you can just, even though like everything's online, you're kind of forced to speak, you know, because people put you in the spot and people want you to participate. So yeah, you're gonna have to be talking a lot if you want to be doing Hack Reactor. So that's my random fact number 2. One more, I guess, number 2. It's how much I feel like I'm forgetting things. You know, like, I do feel like after we complete a project, I don't recall most of the things, you know, like just I finish something and then I kind of don't know how things work. But when I go back to it, you know, when I go back to the code and I start looking at the code, things start making sense again. So I don't know if it's just random or not, but I just basically, you know, like I feel like a normal education. Usually when you, I'm sorry about the noise, by the way, like I don't know if it's loud, but usually, you know, like during normal education, you finish something and you feel like you know how things work. Over here, I feel like I'm actually gonna have to pause and and continue. Random fact number 2. Another thing that I kind of noticed that I was not expecting, and it's just kind of happening. It's that I'm losing weight. I'm losing weight. I don't know why. Like it's just I do keep track of my weight just because, you know, like I kind of like work out consistently. Even though my workout structure haven't changed much, you know, like I'm still working out four times a week, or 4 to 5. But I feel like I'm losing weight just because I'm not really eating much. And the reason I'm not eating much is because I'm actually feel like I'm busy most of the time on the computer coding. Because imagine, right? I'm working with someone. I don't want to be like eating while I'm working with someone. You know, like I'm used to kind of just working on my own. Even, you know, like even at work, you know, like even in actually like an office job, you're working by yourself. Like basically like from 9 to 5 or whatever your schedule is. I used to work 7 to 7 kind of. So you know, I'll be like working while eating, and just like I wouldn't even be thinking about it, but I will just be like eating and working and eating, or then during break. But I feel like now like my eating habits have changed, because I'm usually I mean I have breakfast in the morning before class, but then I start working with someone and I don't eat till lunch, and then again I come back, right? We come back after lunch and I just keep working. And I don't eat basically during the whole period until like it's dinner time, like around like 6 p.m. And then I work a little bit more, and then like by that time like I'm already like I only usually have like 4 meals a day when I'm used to having like a lot of I know this is super random, but I feel like I used to kind of like eat like breakfast and like a snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack, and I'm losing weight. Even though like that doesn't really seem like it, you know, because look at these gains right here. Oh no, they're going away. But you know, like that's something that that is another random fact. And last random fact for you guys. The last random fact is that I feel that I'm having like the most craziest dreams in my life. My dreams have changed. Like again, this is random, but I'm dreaming of things that don't even make sense anymore. That I don't have like an example in my mind right now, but I do find I am finding myself having dreams more creative, I guess. I don't know if the word creative it's actually making sense, but you know, like I'm not dreaming about like normal things in a way, you know, like I'm actually, my dreams involve really complex things, like for example, like all this sudden I'm walking in like LA and I'm about to get jumped, and then I basically run, and then I find a pickup game and I start playing soccer, and then from there I do something else and I do something else, and my dreams are just insanely crazy and cool and weird, and I love it. And I feel like it has something to do with the fact that I'm coding a lot, because there's no other explanation. So if you want to have crazy dreams, a bootcamp, you know, like that might be something good for you. But anyways, this is it for this week. I'll be posting another video whenever I have a chance. I do feel like basically week 4 it's getting a little tough. Just have to pass. I'll wait for the next video. I don't want to talk about week 4 until I finish week 4. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and please reach out, ask me any questions, and I'll try to reply as soon as possible. And I hope you enjoyed the video. No need for you to subscribe. I don't really care about people subscribing. It really don't. I mean, at least right now. Maybe in the future I'm gonna care, but like for now, like I don't really care. This is basically mostly for my own. But if you have any questions, reach out. Later, guys. Take care.